Hey, we were just wanted to say hello. Take 3.
That was a good intro. Okay.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Hey, we wanted to just say hello and sit down and have a little chat with you guys. The topic for today's discussion is, what do you say when your kids ask you, hey mom, hey dad, why are you working out? Why are you eating a salad for lunch? Inquisitive minds want to know.
Yeah, and we're pretty lighthearted about things, but this is something very important to us. Obviously, we have 3 little monsters running around. Well, 2 running, 1 squirming. And these are questions that we've had to field ourselves.
Yeah.
And we felt like it was important to really talk about it really quick and help what we feel is the right kind of way to approach this.
Yeah, because it's really easy to just brush it off with, well, I'm trying to be healthy, or I'm trying to lose weight, I'm trying to,
Which are actually pretty good answers.
Pretty good answers. I'm trying to be skinny, or, I don't want to be fat anymore.
Which are probably not the best answers.
Not the best answers. And so that's what we wanted to do a little bit of a discussion on some of the things that we've found has been really helpful in our talks with our kids.
And to dive right in, it's all about perception. As adults, we have an understanding of what we mean when we say certain words, and other adults, when they say it, we also have a deeper understanding of what those words could mean. So just for the straight up example, you're working out, you're doing something, and your kid asks you, hey dad, what are you doing? Or why is that person eating McDonald's? And your knee-jerk reaction is because I want to be skinny, because they're fat. Those kind of things. And tell us why those are probably not the best way to answer those questions.
Well, like you said, as adults, we kind of have a whole back response. When somebody says, why do I work out? I want to look good. That's an easy, hey mom, why are you working out? Because I want to look good. I hear that often. And well, I understand that looking good for me means I feel good, I feel confident, I have more energy, I can play chase, I can be a better mom, I'm happier. I understand all those things, but all my kid hears is look good.
And you're working hard, you have things you're sacrificing. So if the kid feels like, all of a sudden you're working out instead of spending the morning with me like we used to, you want to look good, is that more important than what I'm doing right now?
Yeah.
Or is that important enough to make sacrifices? Which in all reality it is. But it's all about the understanding, the perception of how you bring that to light. Because looking good, like you just said, brings so much more to the table as an adult than it is to a kid who only understands it from face value.
And as a kid, looking good, well, what does that really mean? I mean, if you don't define that for your child, there are plenty of other people and plenty of other sources, i.e. the media, that's going to define what looking good and not looking good is. And so, you want to make sure that you define what that is to you and why it's important to you, because, come on, Victoria's Secret models, do they look good or not? According to the media, they look good, but,
And that changes. Everybody's,
Yeah.
fashion models, what looks good changes obviously every
and
year.
So you don't want that defined by somebody else. You want to define that to your children instead of somebody else. Because the last thing you want to do, and I so stress this, especially for young girls, is to have them plant a seed, oh, well, do I look good? Because that is just going to mess with their minds all their lives. So when we have to feel that question from our kids, well, why are you working out? Or why are you, all the time, mom, why are you eating that salad for lunch? Well, because this is going to give me the energy so I can play Tickle Monster later on when you get up from your nap. It's going to let me be able to do underdogs with you on the swing.
Or if you don't have time for that, I feel like because I want to be healthy is a good one too, because that doesn't put you in a box of what's acceptable. Because we all know that you can have really skinny people who are unhealthy. Mm-hmm. And you can have people who are a little bit larger who are more healthy than some people. Yeah. Everybody's bodies are so different. And that's also another thing that kids need to understand, is that just because you're skinny or fat, in definition, doesn't mean you're healthy or unhealthy.
And I also try to define it in ways that they can understand it. Our kids do the races with us. So, mom and dad want to be able to do lots of races with you guys. Spend time doing that. We want to be able to be strong. We want to be able to finish races, and like I said, doing underdogs and and things that they can relate to, because fitting in a size 4 pair of jeans, kids aren't gonna understand that, you know? I'm trying to fit into this dress. You know, my son, obviously, the smart aleck that he is like, well, can't you just make it a little bigger? You know? So I guess mainly the point is, you know, be conscious of the answers you're giving to your children, and understand that while you say a word and understand what it means to you, make sure you define that and explain that to your children, so then they have the proper definition and it's not being defined by somebody else or the media.
Yeah, because that's will help them as they move forward to interacting with their peers and other people, is that keeping labels, and I don't want to sound all politically correct, because I believe in, you know, winning, losing, doing things right, etc., no excuses. But at the same time, you want to make sure your kids aren't going to label somebody, say on the playground, like you're fat, you're skinny, because that's going to affect, you know, their personal image, where we don't know what's going on in their lives or whatever. So being more healthy, unhealthy, whatever it is, it's less of a defining thing about this is good versus bad. When someone just looks at somebody, or I didn't explain that very well, but you get the gist of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to be helping them to create better relationships, you know, without them being the person that stereotypes other people. So.
All right, I think that's gone long enough.
Yes, we don't want to take.
You heard us talk quite a bit.
Yeah. So just, you know, write down and start thinking about it. Make sure that it's not a brushed off answer. And if it is, then maybe, you know, formulate a night that you can sit down and have that time with them to explain that to them.
And this will bring us to another topic another day, is your vocabulary and how you define yourself. That's really going to affect you and your performance and your reaching your goals. And even another topic, I think we talked about this, but I haven't posted it yet, about teamwork. You know, sitting down with your family and getting your team together to help you, if you have these goals, to make awesome progress and reach them. So
stay tuned. We got lots to talk about, lots of fun things, lots of serious things, lots of
on the Conversation Corner. I made that up right now.
Awesome.
That's what we're gonna call this. This is a conversation
corner.
It's not really a corner. Let's find a corner.
Corner.